Please welcome to the show, Caitlin Clark. Caitlin, did you ever
What's
think
up,
you'd
guys?
be back?
Cheers.
Excited to be
Cheers.
back. Don't worry. I got this nice throwback Gatorade can.
Well played. Well played.
Sounded like a product placement.
There we
Well
go.
Our
played.
show loves it. Our show loves it. Oh,
Congrats
man. So
on
you've
your
been watching the
retirement,
first
Dee.
half.
Thank you.
And congrats
Now-
to you.
Unfortunately,
Hall of
reality is
Fame.
coming to me now.
What's your big plans?
in early.
What are you going to do?
You know, I keep telling Sue I thought I was going to have all this time to do all these things. I'm more busy now. So if I give you any advice, play as long as possible.
We'll see. We'll get to 10 years. Then we'll think about it.
Get to 10 years. All right, so the second half's about to start. I know you've been watching the first half. What have you seen so far?
Well, I thought it was going to be a high-scoring game there from the first 5 minutes, which got me a little excited. I was like, no defense, this is great. Then it slowed down a little bit. I mean, I was watching you guys' show before I got on here. I agree with you, G. I think South Carolina, I would love to see a little full-court press. Why not pick it up a little bit, create some turnovers? But, I mean, Sarah Strong is just so good. I love her game. She's so fun to watch. AZ played great, so... it's been a solid game, but I hope South Carolina can get it close just so it's a fun finish.
Well, when you think back to playing against South Carolina last year in the final game, what was some of the things that, I mean, listen, you had a great game, but what were some of the things that were difficult for you playing against the South Carolina team? Different but similar.
Yeah, I mean, they have so many different weapons, and that night we played them, it felt like every single one of them was just so good. I think they put this up there earlier, like Tessa Johnson, like comes off the bench, or maybe she started last year, I can't remember, and had 19 points. Like, there's just so many different people. Even if one person's not having a good night, like it's just on to the next, and it's hard to prepare for that, and it's hard to stop all of that. So I think if one of their players can get hot here and give them a little spark, I think would be great. But yeah, and then obviously having Camilla, like that made it really tough on us when we're starting our 5 player was 6'1", like. Just a hard matchup for us.
Yeah, I mean, Sue mentioned it earlier. South Carolina doesn't have that low post presence. That makes it so hard to play against them. And, you know, Connecticut plays a lot like you guys did. Undersized, spread the wealth, move it around. And they're pushing the pace, and South Carolina doesn't like it. Caitlin, you had an amazing rookie season. Like, you just blew everyone out of the water. When you watch Paige play and you see her in the next level, what are the things that obviously she's going to take to the WNBA and it's going to translate instantly? And what are the things that, you know, it takes you a couple games to get used to?
I think her poise, like, that's something you need coming into the W. It, like, all hits you so fast. Is like, you're moving to a new city, you're trying to understand new teammates, you have a new coach, while you're trying to live up to all these expectations. And I think that's, like, one of the greatest things about her game is just her poise and her maturity, and nothing ever seems to faze her. And, you know, it's just always the same. She's always the same constant leader. So I think it'll be that for her, but also, like, she can score at all 3 levels. Like, she finishes well around the rim. Her mid-range game is some of the best I've honestly ever seen. And, you know, obviously she can score from the 3-point line too. So I think all of that. And then she can play point guard, but she can also play off the ball. I think that'll be an interesting dynamic with Enrique. Obviously, we all know she's going number 1. So it'll be interesting to see how they kind of put those 2 pieces together and how that'll work.
Yeah, so bad news for South Carolina. UConn is 90-2 in the NCAA tournament when leading by double digits at halftime. So just want to get that little fun stat, which is obviously, you know, says something about Coach Auriemma. Caitlin, you have battled against UConn throughout. I mean, you faced them, 3 times in the NCAA tournament? 2, 3 times?
Twice in the NCAA tournament, and then I think we played them 3 times total. We played them 1 time in a Thanksgiving tournament and the Phil Knight tournament out in Portland, which was really fun. We lost there too.
Right.
AZ had like 1,000 points for us. It was crazy. It was one of those nights where she got like really hot, but lost my freshman year in the Sweet 16, and then won last year in the Final Four.
Right. So when you play against a Coach Auriemma coached team, what kind of beast is that?
Well, I think they just are so disciplined. Like, that's just, they're going to do what they do. They're going to do it really well. And also, I think, like, for myself, facing his teams, like, they always had some of the best scouts against me. Like, you can tell how smart he is.
Yeah.
Like, he understands the game. He's coached against so many really good players. And you know, there were games I would go into and like the scouts were just like, it was just like, come on, like, why are you going under ball screens? Why are you in drop coverage? But like, he just made it difficult. Like, he would throw different defenders at me, and obviously having Nika Mule last year, like, she's probably one of the better defenders that I've faced. Like, she's just up in your grill. She'll pick you up 94 feet. Like, but then he just always has an answer, has different people. And I think that's one of the best things about him. Like, he has one game plan, but then he has something in his back pocket that he can go to. And that's going to bother you again.
Caitlin, how excited are you for this next WNBA season? New head coach and Stephanie White. You added Natasha Howard, who Sue knows really well, DeWanna Bonner, which I know really well, Sophie Cunningham. I mean, it seems like, you know, from the outside, this roster's ready to compete now, which is easy for us to say. We know there's a process to get there, but like when you see that and you see those names come in, what does that make you feel like?
Oh, well, I mean, obviously on paper we have a really good team, but you know, you only have, I mean, we start training camp, I think, on the 27th, and then, like, we have a back-to-back of preseason games on May 3rd and May 4th. So it's like you have a very short amount of time to put that together, and 7 new pieces, and whether we carry 11 or 12, like, it's more than half of our roster. Like, that's, you know, that's a hard thing within itself, but we should be pretty good, and, like, I'm excited about it. I think what we needed was, you know, we added a lot more experience. Like, in the playoffs, we just didn't have that. We were a young group. Even Kels, like, obviously with being with the Fever through her entire career, she hasn't really had the opportunity to play in a ton of playoff games. So having that, whether it's Sydney Colson, whether it's DB, whether it's Natasha Howard, whoever it is, I think having that experience is going to be really good for us and that leadership in the locker room. So I'm excited. And obviously Steph is like one of the smartest basketball minds I've ever been around. And, you know, everybody knows that across the league. Like, everybody admires her and the way she coaches and the way she leads. So I'm excited to learn from her, honestly.
It's offseason. There was the viral picture that went around showing off your guns. Everyone's wondering, have you been hitting the weight room? Was it the camera angle? What happened there?
How did you do that? I've been trying to do that for 20 years.
AI is getting out of control. Come on. But no, I mean,
it was like that. Remember when that Alex Caruso picture came out?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was ripped.
Yeah. Just honestly trying to get stronger.
So what are you doing in the offseason working on your game?
Trying to get stronger, like a lot of time in the weight room, and it's like something like I kind of enjoy, so it's been pretty easy for me to like spend time in there and really work on that part of my game. And you know, I think the biggest thing on the court is just like that mid-range area. Like, I got pretty uncomfortable in there when I would get in there, whether that's like I didn't really have any floater, I didn't like taking a mid-range jump shot, so just getting more comfortable like when I get my feet kind of into the paint, and honestly trying to just add a floater to my game and, you know, finishing through contact and little things like that. But I think just going back to the weapons that we've added this year, like there's going to be so many different things that we're able to do that I think it'll be able to make my life a little bit easier, and it should make everybody's life a little bit easier on our team.
What was it like for you two to play against each other?
It was amazing. You know, I've been following Caitlin for so long and been watching her college career just in awe, and to be on the court and, you know, the first game was in Phoenix, and it felt like the last game that was ever going to be played. There was such anticipation. The crowd was going crazy. All the people that came out to see Caitlin and you know, our teams play against each other. It really was an amazing moment. And you talked about how, you know, if you could play against anyone that is this new generation. So I got to cross paths with Caitlin, at least for a couple games. And to me, that meant a lot, you know? Like, we've been doing this for a long time. To see Caitlin do what she does is, I think someone said the other day, I'm like, I want the season to start so I can watch you again. You
were saying what it was like to play against Dee.
Well, I was saying, like, that game in Phoenix, because we only played in Phoenix one time. And it was before Olympic break. Obviously, we had All-Star there, too. But it was a great game. Honestly, I'm pretty sure we were down, like, 10 or 15 and came all the way back and won. That was, like, our first, like, win versus a team that was above 500. So thank you. I appreciate that.
And all we heard that whole week was like, Indiana, they don't get along, you know, all this. And I'm like, great. And then I'm like, this is the most together team I've ever seen.
Is that one of the hardest things for you as a pro now, just seeing all the narratives like that one, that your team didn't get along and just having to literally ignore it, deal with it, even though you know it's not true?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's something you kind of just become used to. Is like people think they know what's going on inside of your locker room, and they just don't. At the end of the day, it's just, you know, the girls that you have in there, and then obviously your coaching staff, and that's all that matters. And honestly, like, the best thing about last year is like we honestly had so much fun together. Yeah, we lost our first 8 games or whatever, but like we wouldn't have won if we didn't have a tight-knit circle or a good locker room. And that's the reason we kind of turned everything around, is just we like needed some time. We were a young group and, you know, we figured it out. But yeah, it was really fun, honestly.
All right, so Sarah Strong's got a double-double. AZ Fudd has 21 points.
There we go.
Malaysia for a while getting off, but it's still a 13-point game.
They just need to cut it to
I'm
like
not
7 at going into the 4th, and they're good.
But don't we all want UConn to win? Why are you saying that?
But Caitlin wants a good game.
I'm right in the middle here. I'm just cheering for good basketball, honestly. You know
I'm
that.
cheering for good basketball.
You guys can be biased. I mean, want me to choose between South Carolina and UConn? Come on.
Yeah, that's true. That's not fair.
Yeah.
That's a bit unfair.
She's like, neither.
Yeah, I know.
I want to win.
I wouldn't root for it. If it was Iowa and Notre Dame playing right now, I'd be like, I don't want them to win.
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly.
But this is when South Carolina with Malaysia, and we only talk about her offense, but defensively, the way she comes over on weak side blocks and gets
there we
in the
go.
passing
What did I
lane.
say? I said she needs to make a layup, and it's going to get going.
You said it.
Is Coach Auriemma going to retire if they win? Diana said
I don't think he will. I think when he looks at winning this year and then having Sarah Strong for another 3 years, he sees an opportunity to build another dynasty. You know, Coach is greedy.
Coach is greedy. I think he should maybe consider it. Caitlin?
It's a tough question. I mean, he's the all-time winningest coach. This is year 40.
It is.
Got through Paige. I don't know. I think he has a soft spot for AZ. I really think he does. I think he coaches one more after this with AZ, and then maybe he heads out. I don't know.
Yeah, I do agree with you, though, Dee. I do agree with you. What happens to Coach Auriemma every time a great player comes through is he wants to stay all 4 years. He feels that way about AZ. He definitely feels that way about Sarah Strong.
Right.
All right, so we do have a Twitter question.
But then after
this
Sarah
one's for
Strong,
you,
there's just going to be another really good player. Like, the guy's just going to...
Exactly.
Like, is he going to do this?
Ends.
Like,
exactly. Forever.
It never ends.
It never ends.
That's the point. That's the point. It never ends. All right, we're going to go to Twitter, whatever it's called now.
Tweet me.
Let's see what this question is. I know it's for you, D. Agent Eagle MC2 says, since Paige confirmed getting drafted this year, what do you anticipate about her playing in the WNBA?
Oh, she's going to be horrible in the WNBA. She might not even make a roster. You know, she's going to have a hard time making a roster.
There's levels to this.
There's levels to this. I mean, look, she's an incredible talent. And, you know, we've talked about the experience, the ups and downs, the injuries, and to be able to be in this moment as a senior and a chance to win a national championship. All those things are just going to help her going forward. And, you know, I think hopefully being the number 1 pick, going to Dallas, it's going to be a great opportunity, like Caitlin, to go to a franchise and really put your stamp on it. I mean, when we talk about Dallas, they've been close to getting to the playoffs last couple years. She's going to change their expectations and everything that they think a championship should be like. And Caitlin could attest to that.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's kind of similar to the situation in Indiana. You're right. Like, they already have really good players. It's just like, can you kind of come in there and help them put it all together? And I think that's kind of what they need. And, you know, they've had some good offseason additions, kind of made a lot of moves, honestly, made a few trades. And I think she'll honestly fit right in. So it'll be, and like
so
that,
Caitlin,
that arena is fun to play in too. Like, it's a small place.
Yeah.
It's loud. You know, honestly, they should move every game to American Airlines, because I think Paige has that type of draw. Like, she'll be able to bring those type of fans in. I know we're playing there one of our games. Hopefully the other one gets moved too. We would appreciate that, Dallas Wings, if you can move the other one. But
I love this.
All right, Caitlin, you brought up pick and roll coverage that you saw in college. Some great, some not so great. What was one of the surprises in the coverages you saw in the WNBA?
Ooh, I mean, a lot of trapping. Like, there's just so many athletic 5 players, and they're just so much longer than what you see in college. And being able to play out of that, like, it's hard. Like, you and your post player have to be on the same page, but also, like, once you get the advantage and have a 4-on-3, like, you need to score. Like, you need to execute. That's how you get people to stop trapping, you know. And honestly, early in the season, we weren't very good at that. And then we got a lot better. And honestly, I give Aaliyah Boston a lot of credit. I don't think people don't realize how good of a passer she is. Like, she's a really good passer.
Yeah.
There was a few games there where she almost got a triple-double just because she, like, moves and distributes the ball really well. So, you got to give a lot of credit to Aaliyah. But I think just the trapping, people can switch 1 through 5 or, 1 through 4. And, then you have a quick guard on you, but then you get switched and you have a longer, not as quick player on you. So there's, like, different ways you have to beat that. But you can't really think about it in the moment. So it's a lot. It's hard. But I think I got better at it.
People think, and then people think basketball's easy. There's a lot to process
split-second
in one
decisions.
pick and roll. Yeah, and that's what sets you and Sue apart. Is like decisions that people miss. You guys make it before it even happens, and that's why it's
Wait, so now that you're retired, Dee, you can be honest. What was the most difficult pick and roll coverage for you?
I mean, I think the hard hedge was always annoying. Being a bigger guard, I feel like little guards can split it, get around it. Like, I would always try to fight and go around, as you know. So probably the hedge was just annoying because you knew you had to get off the ball. And that's when you evolve and you try to play off the ball a little bit more,
Yeah, well, I think, like, that's one of the biggest things when I was playing you. Like, just the way when you're off the ball and people are, like, top-blocking you, like, just how savvy you are to, like, fool them and fool the refs and, like, the way you use screens, like, honestly, like, I just loved watching it up close. Like, it was impressive. Like, you could tell you played the game for a really long time. And it takes time to acquire those skills and, like, understand what you can do, Who's your favorite ref?
Oh, my favorite ref? That is a funny question.
That's a great question.
Yeah.
Are we going to commercial break?
No, you got to answer.
Okay.
We got time.
My favorite?
This is good for you. Your favorite.
This is
therapy. This is a therapy session.
Oh, wow. I'm going to go with Lisa Mattingly's my favorite ref of all time. Did she ever ref you in college?
No, she, like, runs the refs.
Okay, yeah. Lisa Mattingly was always my favorite.
Really?
Yeah, because she'd always diffuse me with, like, I got you, DT. I got you.
Michael Price, isn't he a Phoenix
just like
guy?
when they'll, like, actually have a conversation with you. Like, come on. Like, we just want to talk. Like, and obviously there's two sides to that always.
The
like,
approach.
Yeah.
They talk about their relationships with the refs, and it's it's a two-way street. Yeah. You have to meet players halfway, and at the same time, we have to meet you halfway.
Yeah, speaking of how much Dee loved refs and technicals and ejections, here's the time Diana got ejected and sent me this photo from the locker room.
Oh, my gosh. You got
tossed.
Got tossed.
That's awesome.
Oh, yeah. Dee, tell us.
Yeah,
what happened?
I think I picked one up quick in the first quarter, which is you're always doomed when you pick up a quick one. And then I picked one up in the third quarter, and it was time to go home. So I took my ass to the back and chilled out, and my team got the win, and we went from there. But
How
I
many
had to make.
technicals did you get last year?
Say that again, Caitlin.
How many technicals did you get last year?
So last year, I think I think the limit is 7, and you get suspended.
Yeah. You got 6.
I got
I
6.
leave that to you two. You two know the limits.
I got 6 too.
I had 2 my whole career.
Hey, you
this year
got
I'm
a couple
not.
too. I can see it. Yeah.
Oh, wow, Sue. You're so perfect. That's good.
Okay, Caitlin, over under technicals.
The
next
refs
year.
love me.
I'm going 4.5. Over
Caitlin?
under.
Over
4.5.
Under.
I'm going over 2.
I already told.
No
I already
way.
Told,
No
I already
way.
told Steph too. Max.
2.
And it's more games.
Oh, it's
Well,
more
the
games.
thing is,
The odds are against you.
I was close to getting suspended for our last game, and, like, obviously every front office or your GM, like, tries to, like, get your technicals taken away, and they wouldn't take any of mine away. And I got 2 for slapping the stanchion of the hoop, and then I got another one for accidentally hitting somebody in the eye. So half of mine weren't even, like, me getting to talk to the ref, which was dumb.
Yeah. I hate those side technicals. It's like, just look away. Why are you looking at me?
Act like you didn't
Just
see
go
it.
call the foul. No. What are you looking at me for?
Oh my God! So we missed the Twitter question that asked me what my favorite technical of yours is. I don't remember. Did you get a technical when you spit on the floor? When you spit on the Storm logo?
I would never do that. That's
That might be my favorite non-call.
Sue,
my
that is
non-technical.
disgusting.
Who would do that? Who would do that?
What an animal.
Yeah.
I don't recollect that at all. That is
Well, that's my
disgusting,
favorite non-technical.
Oh, and my favorite non-technical is when we played in the playoffs and you yanked her mask off and you were yelling at the ref. And I was like, hello. But, Caitlin, no one's as perfect as Sue.
Yeah, it's facts.
You want to be like her or you want to be like me? This is your choice this year. This is your choice.
It's like the
I'll be in
angel
the
of the
middle.
devil.
I'll be in the middle. Don't worry.
In the middle. Thank you.
Perfect. All right, guys, I don't know if you saw, but this is turning into a little bit of a blowout. A little bit of
Oh my God.
We are going to take a look at some memories. Caitlin versus Dee in the All-Star game in Phoenix. As Diana likes to call it, the ultimate.
That's a setup game.
It's a setup game.
Caitlin, when you're on the next national team, don't play in that game. It's the ultimate setup.
It's a setup.
It's a setup.
You guys are all
None of
loose.
you guys
are all
to
loose.
smile. I was having fun.
I had a great
You had
time.
fun.
I had a great time.
Yeah, look at
my
Sue.
cup in my hand. I had a great time.
Sue's having the best
Sue
time
was,
ever.
Sue said
Caitlin,
she was
thank you
rooting
so-
for the team WNBA.
I was on that side of the court.
I know, you were sitting right next to him. Like, come on, Dee. Don't
Caitlin,
hit
thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate you.
Caitlin.
Good luck this
Thank
season.
you guys.
Cheers.
Good to
Go
see you.
Fever.
Yep.